The RAP, the Rapid Action and Patrols, is a crack team of officers tasked with shutting down the bikies and smashing crime on the glitter strip. Gold Coast Cops. Tonight, a disagreement over the footy.
He's a Titans supporter and a Broncos supporter.
Has best mates fighting in the street.
I'm not carrying on, kid. Please, search warrant!
A disability pensioner who claims he's not dealing,
The steroids are not just being taken.
but has a garage full of shiny toys.
How do you afford to keep the jet ski on a disability pension?
And a bikie with a history of violence
No, this is bullshit.
impresses the in-laws.
Is this the first time you've met? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, mate.
It's Saturday night, and as a cop, Senior Constable Matt Bloomfield knows it's often the busiest time of the week.
Yeah, I love living on the Gold Coast. It's a fantastic place. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, there can be Friday, Saturday nights where the radio is going so hot that you struggle to get on it.
And tonight's no exception, as Matt and Constable Joshua Ford are about to find out.
The occupants originally apparently arguing about who was least alcohol affected to drive, but further call at 0014 now said that they're now punching on.
There's people standing in the middle of the road.
Anything can happen. Anything from intoxicated people to these disturbances. You never know what you're walking into. There's always an element of risk.
Both of you stop there.
Ignoring police directions is not a good start.
Stand over here. You stand over here.
No, it's all right, buddy.
Stand over there.
It's fine, buddy. It's fine.
This guy's shirt is covered in blood and he appears to have been drinking.
And you can put it over there.
We're all good, buddy.
Well, you're not all good.
No,
You're standing in the middle of the road being a public nuisance.
No, we're...
The other guy is agitated and also bleeding.
You got a nasty cut on your wrist.
Yeah.
Just stay back from me a little bit. I don't want your blood on me, all right? Fair enough. What's going on, dude? It looks kind of nasty, dude. Is this car with you?
I hurt you, bro.
Do you look like you are? So can you just turn the car off, please?
Mate, what's going on?
Just me and my best mate just being silly buggers, mate.
You're not giving me anything. We're getting multiple calls on you guys, so what's going on?
Honest to God, buddy. Me and my mate just carrying on at each other. That's all it is, mate.
What's your name, buddy? Start with that. What is it? Wilbur. Wilbur, my name's Matt, dude. No, mate, no offence, but you are covered in blood on your hands. That's quite a nasty cut.
They still don't know what's going on, and neither of these guys are making much sense.
I'm telling you, honest to God, mate.
All right, stay there. No, stay there.
So Josh tries his luck with the driver of the car,
Can I grab your licence, please?
allegedly not involved in this incident.
What's going on here?
My girlfriend was going out with one of these guys. I drove her to come pick up this fella.
Yep.
And then they all started bullying and I said to them, I'm going, like, cops are going to come, I don't need this shit.
Yep.
And then they all started punching on. Then she's taken off somewhere. I've stuck around waiting for her.
Yep.
And then these two were in it again and then you guys have rocked up.
The jobs I least like going to the most are probably disputes where they're generally arguing or fighting over something that is very small and very insignificant, and you have to go along and be very patient, listen to both parties and hear what they've got to say, but at the end of the day you wonder why the heck they're even arguing.
And now he knows why. Turns out the fight was about the footy.
All right, Wilbur, what's going on?
I just had an argument with my mate.
Yep.
Thank you. When you're ready, I'll go with code 50.
Yep.
Mate.
So he's your mate, is he?
Yeah, he's my brother. He's my brother.
As in your actual brother or just a mate?
Like my nearly brother.
So what's going on?
Oh, just saying that Titans ain't going to make the next premiership.
But when I rolled up, the two of you were pushing each other in the middle of the road.
That's his brother's man.
He's a Titans supporter and a Broncos supporter.
They're two mates, and they're just having a bit of a disagreement tonight over their football. One of them's a Titans supporter and one of them's a Broncos supporter, and they're still pretty emotional about it all. How about
I'm not carrying on,
Hey, no, stay over there for us, man.
anybody, honestly.
Stay over there for me, please. All right? Just stay over that side of the road. We'll deal with him, and I'll come talk to you.
Okay, buddy.
All right?
Hey, don't swear out loud,
my
man.
brother.
I know it is, but don't
That's your
swear out
last
loud on the
chance,
street.
I know.
So I thought you'd go for Titans, bro.
Wilbur, calm down.
The cause of the injury is still a mystery, but Matt's hoping the woman can shed some light.
We just went to a mate's house and he's got a real vicious guard dog and it got off the chain.
Yeah.
And Will was mucking around and it thought he was attacking the owner, so it just grabbed him on the arm and latched onto his arm, but they got it off him.
Dog bites are quite nasty. He's probably going to be feeling it a bit tomorrow once the alcohol wears off. Wilbur, now I'm concerned about the cut on your arm because that's quite a nasty cut. Have you had treatment for that at all yet? Or?
I haven't, bro.
I'm going to get an ambulance to come here and see you because you need treatment.
It's like more people need more care than me than a real perception.
And it's a bit more than a scratch, dude.
He's refusing treatment, and Matt's priority is to get them both off the street.
Guys, how are we going to get him home? What's the go?
I'll take him home, boss. Honest to God, babe, right?
But you can't drive, dude. You're not able to drive either?
Yeah, I can drive. I haven't drunk at all. I only come out to come pick these people up.
So why don't you drive him home?
Well, I've got to go get his missus and they're fighting, so I don't want to go pick her up and have him in the car and they start bullying
Can't you
again.
take these guys home and then go get the missus?
If they want me to.
Yeah?
It's up to them. See, I just don't
You've
want
had nothing to drink
I've
at
had
all?
I don't drink.
Hey, Wilbur. Crystal's happy to drive you home, dude. So let's go. Let's get you out of here before we have to lock you up. At the end of the day, they're just two mates that have way too much to drink. As a result, they've had a disagreement. They just need to go home tonight, get into bed and sleep it off. No blueing when you get home, eh? I don't want to see you again tonight, Wilbur.
Thank you.
And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Police, search warrant!
Next, a steroid bust in the suburbs.
Is there going to be anything else we're going to find in the house at all?
I just think I was a big time drug dealer or something.
The Gold Coast is a place where the body beautiful come out to play. But there's another side to the pressure to look good. And today, Senior Constable Travis Carruthers is about to conduct a raid centred around illegal steroids.
Executing a search warrant at an address in Nerang. The intel suggests that the target is actually producing steroids and selling it to nearby gyms. And people are doing this in their own houses with limited knowledge and limited ability. Everyone's seen the photos where houses have been blown up, so it makes it very, very dangerous.
Travis and his team assemble outside the target's house. They're preparing to storm the premises if necessary.
Search warrant, please.
This is the police. Open the door for us, please.
Search warrant.
Who else is in the house?
My partner's in bed.
The target is asleep in bed.
James, AJ, get up. The police are on a search warrant.
Right, come with me, just yet.
Where are we going?
And once he and his family have been assembled in the lounge room, he's surprisingly forthcoming about the location of his steroid stash.
Before we search the house, is there anything that you want to declare?
Yeah, my bedside towel drawer. In the bedside towel drawer, the bottom drawer.
What is it? Steroids?
Yeah.
5,000 bottles. So these are...
I don't know what they are, but all that shit is that the steroids, and I've just been taking them. I don't know what brand or make or strength.
We've gone into the bedroom and located 5 vials of 2 different types of steroids. And how often do you take them?
Every third day.
He claims it's for personal use.
It doesn't look like your typical steroid user, but nevertheless, he's obviously in possession of it and he's admitted to using it, so he's committing offences. How do you take it?
Just through those needles there, yeah.
So when you inject, where do you usually inject?
The leg or the buttocks.
Okay. Well, my personal opinion on steroids is I can't stand them. The type of people that are using steroids are people looking for quick gains without putting in the effort.
And with damaging side effects like heart problems, strokes and increased aggressiveness, it's a win to get these dangerous drugs off the streets.
Melatonin that's in the fridge, whose is that?
That's mine.
That's yours as well? That's the tanning one, isn't it? Yeah.
But if he was hoping to get a large quantity of steroids today, Travis is going to be disappointed.
Is there going to be anything else we're going to find in the house at all?
That's it, I just think I was a big time drug dealer or something.
There are no other drugs in the house or any evidence this guy is a supplier.
All good. Nothing in there. Yep.
And he won't say where the drugs came from.
And whereabouts did you buy them from?
I can't tell you that.
Can't tell me that. Well, he's not providing us with any information at all as to where he's getting the steroids from. This is quite common that Obviously, when we arrest someone for drug offences, they're not very forthcoming with their information.
But there's plenty that sets off alarm bells for Travis.
What do you do for work, James?
I'm on the disability pension.
Like being on a disability pension, but having a bunch of shiny toys.
What'd you pay for that?
$11,200.
How do you afford to keep a jet ski on a disability pension?
No comment, sorry.
No comment. There's a lot of things he said today that don't really match up. He's on disability pension, he's got 2 brand new MacBook computers, he's got a brand new jet ski, a few cars, I mean, a lot of things in his house, and just the steroids alone are quite expensive. It just doesn't make much sense that he can afford all these items and on a disability pension. So, mate, so you're not working at all?
The fact that he's got multiple gym memberships seems to back up intel that he's supplying.
Well, the main one I go to is the one in Broadbeach.
Do you have all that at Broadbeach? Yeah, the gym. What did you have all that there for?
Just to get out of the house.
Most people are a member of one gym. He's a member of 3, which obviously raises a few questions. You're paying 3 gym memberships instead of 1. I mean, that sort of falls in line with the intelligence we've received in him supplying steroids. So we've asked a few questions and he's a little bit cagey on telling us a few different stories and they just don't seem to add up.
First paperwork's what's called a notice to appear. It has your details at the top. In the ring, possess dangerous drug, possess utensil being the needles.
While there's nothing to immediately implicate this guy as a supplier, Travis isn't giving up and plans to investigate the matter further.
What we've seen today is hopefully going to provide us evidence, so we'll go through these computers and these phones, all this electronic equipment and see what we can find and see if there's anything that's going to assist us with further investigations in relation to the allegations that are against him.
Next,
I'm single, I like walks in the park. Don't put that in.
Katie gets up close and personal as the rap team hit the mat. And swap war stories.
I looked down and there was a load of flesh hanging out, a warm, syrupy feeling running down my leg.
Policing is dangerous work.
Police search warrant.
Something Senior Constable Katie Hardy knows all too well.
Police, open the door! Every situation's different. I don't often get nervous, but the job we did the other day, the search warrant, yeah, sometimes I get a bit of a bad feeling about going into a job.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant!
And how does she deal with that?
Suck it up. Really, there's no place to be scared. I trust the people I work with and I hope they trust me. So I don't often get scared in the job as such, but there are jobs that make me think a little bit more about your family and your values and what's important.
Come on. Now.
Like the time she had to draw her gun.
An armed robber had tied up a lady and he came down an alley and he was armed and wouldn't put the firearm down, so I pointed my firearm at him and told him to put the firearm down. I had my finger on the trigger. That was one of those jobs that had the hairs on the back of my neck up. But the decision to shoot isn't really a decision at all. It's when you're in absolute fear of your life.
And with their lives potentially in danger every shift they work, Superintendent Jim Keogh knows that an ongoing training regime is paramount.
We're here today so the officers can learn how to defend themselves without the use of their weapons. We'll be going through some unarmed combat, up close quarter sort of stuff, away from the normal operational skills and tactics that we do out in the field, where predominantly we fall back on our weapons.
First thing what we'll do is just going to do a little brief warm-up just to get your bodies moving, yeah? So all we're going to do is just going to jump back and forwards, side to side. You all work as a team today.
But this isn't just a team-building exercise. It's a concrete chance to build skills that may one day save Katie or her colleagues' lives.
And that's it. If I keep that same pressure on, then you're looking at loss of life.
Today is really important. We're all getting together and facing situations and learning to take on situations where we may lose our lives, which is the most important thing. End of the day, we want to go home in this job. It is a dangerous job. You never know what's going to happen.
A gun's a deadly knife, just as bad in the right hands, and there's going to be people who don't play by any rules and are going to want to kill a copper. So you need to learn these kind of techniques. Really important.
From here, I can be slicing. From here, I can be scraping up. I can be going towards the eye. I can be gouging out through here. can be stabbing. There's so many different ways on how to use this if he's well trained and well skilled.
And Senior Constable Nick Payne knows what it's like to be on the receiving end.
You know, I've been there when a knife's been pulled out, and it's really, really scary. To be honest, it's one of those things I didn't notice he'd done it until afterwards when I was on top of him and I had him in handcuffs, and then I looked at my leg, and what he'd done was he grabbed a Stanley blade, so he dragged it across my thigh. I looked down and there was a load of flesh hanging out, and I had a rip in my trousers and a warm, syrupy feeling running down my leg. So it wasn't very nice. Something you will never forget.
I need a circle turn and go straight down to the ground. Now.
I've got a wife and kids at home. I want to go home without a hole in me.
And while Nick's focus is on going home to his family, Katie's only got eyes for the job.
What personal life? I don't have a personal life. Isn't this a dating game?
Because you arrested me for nothing.
Yeah, this job takes up a lot of time and it takes up a lot of your thought processes if you let it. As far as relationships go, I'm single. I like walks in the park. Don't put that in. I married the job. I told you, I married the job. And I still love it. The end.
Next, a Black Ulan Sergeant-at-Arms...
You got to return to jail warrant.
This is bullshit. ...takes care of business.
I do a quick shit.
What? After bikies invaded the Gold Coast in 2013, the RAP team was formed to stamp out criminal motorcycle gangs and take back the streets.
Look, the crackdown on the bikies has been very successful. You're not seeing them on the streets, you're not seeing them in the entertainment precincts, but we're still vigilant.
And today, that means the speedy execution of an arrest warrant on a former high-profile bikie.
What we're about to do here, we're about to take into custody the Sergeant-at-Arms, former Black Ulan, who's tested positive to drugs whilst on parole.
Constables Dean Porluck and Grant Abrahams are on their way, but bracing for the worst.
Previously, this male has been known to be violent towards police. Generally speaking, when they're going back to prison, they're not willing to play ball. They're not the happiest of fellas, so just got to get in there.
They're greeted on arrival by the dog that started it all.
Liborio DeVita had nothing to say as he headed to court.
Are you sorry for what you did?
That's after he slapped, punched and threw sand in the face of lifeguard Phil Gregory. DeVita told the court he became angry when his fiancée came home crying and upset last March. She claimed the lifeguard was rude and told her off for walking their pet dog through a flagged area at a Burleigh beach.
He's done his time and is now out on parole, living with his fiancée and his beloved dog.
Hey, Ty's going to come inside for a sec.
But that's all about to change.
I'm Sergeant Wood from Rapid Action and Patrols. Mate, your probation parole suspended your parole, mate. You've got to return to jail warrant.
I got 6 days.
I can show you a copy of it here.
Yeah, show me a copy because I'm not going anywhere. Call me solicitor right now.
Yeah, give me a bell.
He's breached parole by testing positive to drugs in a routine urine test. But with only 6 days of parole to go, he's not keen to go back to jail.
Hey, the cops are here. They reckon I've got a return to jail thing. So what's going to be the go? My parole runs out in 6 days. This is bullshit. I've done nothing wrong. I've abided by everything the whole time, and I've got 6 days to go.
But the call to his lawyer changes his tune.
I'll just come through the garage door.
All right, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, mate.
Yeah, so he's cooperating with us tonight, so we don't deem him too much of a risk. He's very relaxed. He knows that he's breached his parole.
Yeah, mate, grab what you got to grab and...
He seems to be ready to go without a fight, but before he does, there's a few things he wants to do.
Go for it, mate.
Carry on, mate.
No problem.
Unsurprisingly, his fiancée is less than thrilled.
What? Court?
Yeah.
Because it's in relation to probation and parole, generally what they do in court is they bring the parole board in and they go over the breach in court, OK? So they will have all the details in relation to the breach, which they'll present to the court in the morning.
And with the missus looped in, there's other important business to take care of.
Can I do a quick shit? I'm serious. I just finished eating, man. I made a big curry.
Yeah. Mate, go. If you don't mind us waiting for you in your living room rather than out the front, then knock your socks off.
In this matter, generally speaking, we allow people to go to the bathroom because it's a basic human right. You know, generally you let people go to the bathroom if they need to go to the bathroom.
And with his business handled, it's on with the cuffs, a kiss for the missus, and a quick goodbye to her family visiting from overseas.
Is this the first time you've met? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, mate. The in-laws are over for the first time in Australia. It's the first time him meeting them, so he's probably trying to be on his best behaviour to try and impress them as much as he possibly can. I mean, in the situation, I'm sure he needs all the help he can get.
Yeah. And finally, a request for a last cigarette.
I'll take a smoke, will you let me have one before I go in to watch you?
I can do that for you, mate.
We let them have that last luxury before we put them in the back of the car, helps them de-stress, keeps everyone on side.
We'll just...
Love you, I'll walk out.
It's the best way to handle things.
See you guys. Enjoy your holiday, hey?
See you later.
You can't sit in the front seat, mate.
It's the only one we've got, unfortunately.
And by cutting him a little slack on the small things, he's in custody without a fight and headed back behind bars for 6 days. This self-confessed gym junkie faces charges for possession, and his unexplained wealth has been referred to the Australian Tax Department. And our best mates fighting over the footy were chauffeured home and issued infringement notices for public nuisance. Time will tell who backed the winning team. Next week on Gold Coast Cops, a drug bust turns up a home zoo.
I'm not a fan of snakes. Never have, mate. I'm going home. I'm walking.
A suspicious car.
It's really low, isn't it? It's scraping on the bloody ground.
Turns up a body in the boot.
Out you come, champion.
And a routine traffic stop.
Mate, you're shaking like a leaf. You a bit nervous?
Leads to a bail breach.
Aren't you on curfew?
Step out, you're under arrest straight up.
There's no way you can do this, mate.
See you later.